Yo, mambo vipi bana? Wananiita Mjiko Mfalme ama ukipenda Dennis Milimo. Welcome to Mpasho. Na leo tutakuwa napiga story na one of the actors pamoja na filmmakers ambao hapa wameweza kushinda awards nyingi sana hapa nchini Kenya. Anaitwa Peter Kawa. Bro, mambo vipi?
Salamu sana bro.
Kupo?
Yeah.
Yes, good to see you.
Good to see you too man.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year bana. Hapo nasikia ni wakwetu.
Nilikuwa nasikia walio wanaambiana Happy New Year mpaka 2020 mpaka April pale.
Yes. Ndio sherehe ziendelee tu kule kwa.
So how are you?
Salama sana man.
Yes. How is the year taking you fast? Sasa tuko February.
Yes. So far so good. Kuna hopes.
Yes.
Kuna matumaini kabisa, and then there is that aura of vitu zinasonga. Ministry kuna venye imekuwa kitupigia debe kuanzia last year.
Yes.
And this year you can now see ya kwamba kuna vitu zinaanza kuivana pole pole.
Yes.
So there's a lot of hope.
Nice. So talking about vitu kuivana, today we have been here for the official, tuseme kama launch ya Kalasha 2024, going into it. What are your expectations first tukienda kwa 2024 Kalasha Awards?
First of all, I think I just want to see how the new format looks like. Kwa sababu nakumbuka for the many years tumekuwa na Kalasha Awards towards the end of the year.
Yeah, true.
And then tumekuwa na market in the middle or the beginning of the year.
Yes.
But right now they are putting the entire thing together. So that means it's going to be 4 days of just extravagance of market workshops, networking sessions, you know, display of different products, and then mwishowe kabisa we culminate with the gala. So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see also, last year was a very beautiful year in terms of content creation and filmmaking. So there's a lot of competition definitely. Najua watu wame submit cinema kalikali sana. So definitely we want to see how guys are getting into it and how, you know, you compare wanapeana. That's the idea.
Nice. So speaking about that, last year, which is the film probably that you put out in your it has to be in the Kalasha 2024 after my submissions, na hope kama itakuwa huko mbele?
Ziko kadhaa. Ni ile tu sitaki kujisemea alafu unajua iende tangazo alafu time nomination siko. But I'm really looking forward to, there's a film called Act of Love.
Yes.
And I was not really involved per se in the production, but after, in terms of just making noise and you know, publicity and PR.
Yes.
There is also another one called Mvera pia. I'm really looking forward to Mvera. Mvera was one of those films.
Yes.
Then Justin Mirichi, one of my good friends pia. There's one that he did, I think pia ilikuwa ina content for the Oscars pia, but haikufika level.
Yes.
But yeah, it is also one very beautiful film. So yeah, there's so much stuff there, and most of them we've worked with them with them in line of publicity and just making noise on social media, just to make sure that we sell tickets. Yes.
One of the things that we have been faulted on as our filmmakers and consumers and all that, most of the time Kenyans tunaambiwa kwamba we are not doing enough marketing for our films. Is it something that you concur, or you can say things have changed now?
I agree. And things have changed simply because I have been one of the people who've been driving that conversation for quite a while now. I remember back in 2016-17, I did some research about the film industry, and the part of the research was, and it is something maybe you can even go and do yourself, is go and Google Kenya film. Or Google Kenya cinema. Much of what you'll find on the interwebs is Walking with Lions, The Constant Gardener. You know, but nothing about Nairobi Half-Life. I want to see stories about how the late Oluwenya we're celebrating. You know, how the late Oluwenya prepared for his role. I want to see how the Akina Masandukus, you know, Vioja Mahakamani, how they did their thing. I wouldn't mind seeing some BTS from what do you call this, Tamaki. But when you go to established markets, these guys have all this information.
They have all this information.
You know, Kenya hatuna. So in 2017, I set out, we created a platform called Sanaa Post. Sanaa Post ni kampuni ya kuweza kusaidia ku make visible what content creators and, you know, filmmakers are doing. And that is why we attend a lot of Kalasha events. We are always given the front row seat. We take a lot of photos, you know, stuff like that. We go to stage plays, we watch all these things. So even in film, we need now to start making buzz around what it is that we do. To showcase. So Sanaa Post has been at the forefront. Just helping not just events, not just films, but even individuals. You know, so we give individuals a platform to showcase who they are, so that inafika wakati when now, you know, there was a time back in 2017, I couldn't Google myself because there was nothing about Peter Kawa. I hadn't put anything. But right now, I confidently tell someone, when you want to know what I've been able to do,
Please go check it out.
Google Peter Kawa. You will see. So
yes,
even
for
films,
audience also, they can do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So even for films, we want to see how people can say, Mvera, Nganio, Google.
Yes. You get something on it.
It was nominated. He is the main actor. This is about the main actor. This is how they prepared. This is the BTS.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Something nice. Yes. So Peter, for you, you are somebody who have traveled and gone to different places, attended different festivals out there. Yes. Probably, when you go to these festivals, what is always your biggest takeaway from those particular festivals coming back home?
Benchmarking number one, and networking.
Yes.
Benchmarking in the sense that I want to see what other established markets are doing. Again, it's not an idea. It's not to give pressure to ourselves.
Yes.
But also just to see what the lowest hanging fruits are. I was just telling a friend of mine. Going to the Balenale,
yes.
You know, them having been there for 73 years, now they're in their 74th. Ukiona kila majamaa wanafanya, then ukuja hapa Kenya uanza kujipea hiyo pressure ya kwamba mbona Kalasha, mbona Kalasha anafanya. You're like unajipea pressure bure.
Yes.
Those guys have been there for 73 years, bro.
73.
And it's not in Africa, third world country. It is in Berlin.
Yes.
So that means these guys have honed their craft for many years. So in terms of benchmarking, what we just need to learn is benchmark, yes, but do not give yourself pressure, but just learn to pick there what you can. Number two is networking, just to shake hands.
Yes.
You know, share your ideologies with other people, get to learn from what other people are doing as well, and see how we can collaborate.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Peter, for you, you are manager first. You manage talents out here. You are an actor.
Yes.
Then you're also a filmmaker. Yes. So there's something that has been happening in the film industry, especially if I can mention. There are few people, I will not mention names, but they are complaining when it comes to working environment. For you as a filmmaker, how do you always ensure that the people environment that you are working within is conducive for all this, to make your film happen, and also the people you're working with are satisfied?
Structures.
Yes.
I'll start with structures. Structures will enable people to work within a framework.
Yeah.
In the event that something goes wrong, there are always policies that can bring you back to line. When people wanavutana kule, you can always go back to a brand book and say, guys, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yes.
So when I got into management, I wanted to help professionalize the industry. The industry, as I told you back in the day, you realize that it was just amorphous.
Yes.
Vitu zina happen tu kwa sababu kuna passion.
Yeah.
But ndio vitu kuna biashara pia, lazima kukuwe na mtaratara fulani. Books lazima zikuwe sawa.
Yes.
Branding yako lazima kuwe on point, communication yako lazima iwe sawa.
Yes.
So that's why I had to get into management to see how we can start one by one. I cannot start with a big. Siwezi enda kwa kampuni mzima nianze kusema this is how it's supposed to be done. Anza na mmoja. Chukua wa pili, wa tatu. With time you realize you're creating a community.
Yes.
And that is what we are working towards. Just how do we professionalize the industry? Show people that they are success stories. I know you are going to go to Asia at some point in the conversation. But Asia has been one of those reasons why I believe inawezekana.
Yes.
Inawezekana to start from an individual point of view and even to a corporate point of view.
Yes.
And even institutions are you know, the fact that kuna mtaratara, kuna institutions, kuna guidelines, then I believe that is when we can have an industry. Right now we're still in a sector. Mwisho kabisa kumalizia maybe pia hizo mikakati zinasaidia pia, I mean mtaratara zinasaidia pia in terms of what is that word I'm looking for? Checks and balances. You know, when a producer is not happy with how I have worked, who does she complain to? Yes, they can go and complain to the actor, but we need someone they can be accountable to, and that is why for me I've really been advocating for the creation of associations, the creation of guilds, or you know, farming up of activities a guild, so that we can all speak from one voice, so that producer akikwazika na watu kama watano atasema hey, actors guild, mbona watu wenyewe wananisumbua, then actors guild wenyewe wako na codes and conduct, wanakuja wanaambia watu wenyewe wasi tunaenda tusikizana bana, mkienda set kuja na line zako, ukienda set, you know, behave in a vile. So I might talk till forever, but I hope point yangu imefika.
The point is home actually. So moving into the film industry, we are mourning one of our own, Charles Ouda. He passed on, I think, like a week ago. So there are preparations that are leading into the burial that is happening tomorrow. So working in the industry, is it somebody that you had worked with? And how will you remember him? I
won't lie to you that I had worked with him that directly. But he's a man that I've been following for years, even when I was starting out back in the day. Even in 2006, 2007, I used to go and see his plays back at Phoenix. And I used to look up to him. And then Makutano Junction, you would see his performance, the charisma, you know, the man had settled into his characters. And I would be like, I want to be like that gentleman. And then to hear that he even went abroad and studied the arts. And you're like, he is setting a precedence. The fact that you cannot only just be good, but invest a bit more into education as well, just to make sure that you skill up on your strengths.
Yes.
So when he came back, that is the time that I really interacted with him one-on-one. Because now being a talents manager and being very passionate about mentorship, I always sent most of my people to him. I would just meet this young man and I would ask him, I would tell him, okay, so what is the idea? And then I'll be like, okay. Then I would share my own perspective about what the industry is about. And then I'll be like, hey Charles, and Charlie would never, you would never see him, prejudiced against anyone. He was always open to receive anyone that wanted to learn from him. He never, you would never feel like you were in the presence of greatness.
Yes.
He was always like, hi, my name is Charlie. What's your name? John. Hi. So you want to act? So this is what you need to learn. And he would go on, and we would even have a master class. On the go. Tumesimama tu, and then you'll have and I'm like, if only many of us would be like that. That we share whatever we have learned so freely. And now that he's gone, unfortunately, he has left very fond memories, and not just memories, but he has left what he has, the skills he has left with so many people. He was working with the talent studio with his partner, nice Gidinji, and they had invested in very many young people. And even this year they had just begun a new cohort before he left us. So that is a man that you can tell had a heart for the industry. And even as we mourn him, I think the first time I heard about it, I was in shock. Just looking back at what he had achieved and how much he had impacted in people's lives. Imefika mahali nimeacha kusikia vibaya.
So he has done it well.
Nimefika mahali sana nimeanza kucelebrate ule mwanaume. And that's why even when you go on my Instagram and my Facebook, he's always on my posts since he left. Just saying, you know what, bro? Let people know the good things that you did for us.
How would you like people probably to remember him?
I've already shared it, I think. He's a man who was willing to give. He was a man who was not hana uchoyo wa kugawana kila ambacho ako nayo.
Nice. So today I think there will be a vigil at the Kenya National Theatre. Those who will be able to make it to the venue, please do. Then I think tomorrow will be the final send-off for Charlie.
And I think we'll have a showcase of all that he's been able to achieve, and people will be giving speeches, there will be performances and stuff like that. So this is a man, bro, me.
Somebody.
Unajua unasema hata pia mimi nikitoka. I want them to say the same thing.
True.
Because this man, he wacha tumcelebrate, bro.